Greetings. Welcome to another thrilling and exciting episode of the Planetary Persuader. I'm Cosmic Kev, your host. This is for the weekend beginning Friday the 3rd of May, 2019. What do we got going in the stars today? Well, tell you what. We have a lot of things happening this week that's different. Mercury, for one, is shifting signs and moving into Taurus on late Monday morning. So late Monday morning we're going to have Mercury in Taurus. So that's going to be different, right? And we still have Venus in Aries. So don't get any ideas. Well, okay, Mars is still in Gemini. We've got the two wise planets, Jupiter and Saturn, going retrograde right now, and Pluto's going retrograde as well. So there's this whole step back going down. North Node in Cancer, South Node in Capricorn, Uranus and Taurus, Neptune and Pisces. It's all there, folks. All there for you to read. Where's the moon at today? Yeah, that's a good question. Yes, you usually talk about the nakshatra, Kevin. Okay, yeah, right. Well, moon's in Ashvini today. Ashvini is the healer. And I love it. And this is we're kind of closing off, trying to heal everything we've gone through since the last new moon on April 5th, right? So we're kind of closing off that chapter. And then we got a new moon tomorrow. Yay! And that new moon is going to be in the nakshatra of Bharani. Now, Bharani is ruled by Yama. And Yama is the god of death. He's like the sun's affair with Chali, a woman that looked just like his wife, that the wife left there because she was just kind of had enough of the sun's hot intensity. And she came back and she was mad at her friend Chali, but, and Saturn was born. But, from this relationship. Ooh. But when the son got back with his real wife, he gave birth, they got together, got pregnant, and gave birth to Yama, who's the god of death. So that's a whole other story there. And the thing is, Bharani doesn't have a good relationship with his half-brother, Saturn. We say he's brahmachari, is one of the things we say about this, which is like you're not growing up. It's the Peter Pan syndrome, basically. Now, Bharani has a lot of passion. It likes planting things, growing food. Here in Northern California, some of the first cherries are coming out right now. And strawberries are coming in. And so we're just starting to just come into this incredible abundance time that sort of crescendos into September and October. And even November, and right now, we're like enjoying that earthy goodness. And if there's something we like to do, like yoga or art or making love, we have just like passion for it, and we forget about everything else. And so, that's the wonderful thing about this new moon on the 4th, and it's also close to Beltane. It's close to the cross quarters. Which is, halfway between summer solstice and spring equinox. So we're really coming into that season of light, folks. This is it, man. This is where the light is on and it rocks, and the sun's going to start getting pretty hot. Okay. So, with that said, without any further ado, we're going to take you sign by sign into your horoscope. Okay, so let's start with you, Aries. So greetings, Aries. Well, you're such a lover right now. Venus is in the first house, so you're attracting love. You're looking good, and that's helping. Looking good helps a lot. Uranus and the Sun, and soon Mercury are all going to be conjoined in your second house. So what you say is going to be listened to. It's going to be heard more, especially after Monday. And, you desire to travel and move around, but, always check out, your bike, your car, your boat. Make sure there's no leaks or, there's the right amount of oil, all that type of thing. Things are running smoothly. And, we're going to have a wonderful time. The moon is in your in your first house today at the morning, but then it goes into your second house by 118 and really is in there for most of the weekend, till Sunday night. All right. Okay, so greetings, Taurus, and welcome to your horoscope. So, you're going to get Mercury coming into your first house this week. That means you're going to sharpen up mentally. You're going to get a little more consciousness. It's like a little light bulb's going to go on your head. Go, whoa, I've got ideas, especially with Uranus. Now, I've heard some people say that Uranus is like a higher octave of Mercury. I think that's an interesting statement, but it's sort of true. It's like that futuristic insane genius. It's like Uranian people were the people that were like single dads in the 80s or in the 90s. They were kind of like, or even before that, they were like forerunners to it. Now, I mean, among millennials, man, there's single dads popping up every day. It's like 15% of the single-headed households and growing, and that's good. It's good that, some of the men are cutting up. But that, originally that was kind of weird. That's Uranian if you had done that beforehand. It's just like one example of Uranian energy, like having solar panels in the 70s. That's pretty as Uranian as you could get, Having a little nuclear power plant in back of your house, yeah, that would be way out there, Uranian for sure. That would be as far out, that'd be somebody in Arizona would probably do that. You don't get much chance. People bag on California all the time, but there's like 49 other states, people. All right. I mean, once in a while Texas gets a little grief. I see that sometimes. And like almost nobody ever talks about North Dakota or Delaware for that matter. And I mean, if it wasn't for Family Guy, there'd be no Rhode Island. It's just like that. So Taurus, like I said last week, just be kind of cautious in your speech. You got some old tools you need to sell to get better new ones. That's okay. You can do that. I'm giving you an okay. Karma from love. The pleasures of the bed look good this week. This new moon is you, baby. That new moon in Bharani, that's mostly what you're all about. So I imagine it'll be a really fun Saturday. So new moon happens 3:46 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. That's 14 degrees Taurus. Probably like about 20 degrees in sidereal Aries. And that's where the Bharani Nakshatra lies. So, yeah. Go out there and act foolish. It's nothing like spring fever and spring foolishness, And some of those spring hijinks are going to come on. I sense it. All right, we'll talk Gemini talk right now. So Gemini, the karma is kind of stacking up this weekend. And if I were you, I would lay low, blow out of town, go to a monastery or maybe like a hot spring or just some place where you're not going to see a lot of people, an isolated, lonely beach in Humboldt County maybe. These would be good ideas. Yeah, the hot springs in Nevada, sure, fine. Yeah, you could go with that. Mount Shasta, but or just staying at home and laying low, saying, I'm going to do my spiritual work. I'm going to just zen out in my own palace, maybe do my gardening naked this weekend, but not get out, not get out too much, and then you'll want to break out a little more by the time we get to Monday and Tuesday, because Monday and Tuesday is Gemini moon. So those will be your time to shine and get forward, and you'll be fine. You'll be sitting in it, you'll be reveling in it. All right. So, and Mars is giving you some power. It's motivating you, but you've got this ego-crushing, transformational stuff, and you still have a good ability to make good relationships. So, greetings, Cancer, and welcome to your horoscope. So, Taurus is actually the exalted place for the moon. So you want to be able to feel the love this weekend. And I think you're going to be doing great because that's moon in the 11th house in the exalted position, and it's a new moon. And yeah, I mean, it doesn't have the luster of the full moon. I get that. But what it does have is the lack of water to drink. No. And yeah, I forgot that. But it also has this ability to make helpful friends and put you in a better circuit with things. And really, this whole next couple of weeks is about working on your social connections. It's about respecting and getting help from older brothers and sisters, older cousins, friends with more experience. They're going to help you. And even though the social scene might be a little bit crazy and out there, I mean, you got to watch your back because there is always that secret enemy factor when you have Mars looming over your 12th house. You know, you gotta be cautious. You know, and the more you can stick around, stable relationships, things are helping you improve your health. Yeah, you got desires that have no bottom, but it's all good. Okay, just don't get too drunk. That's the main thing. Well, greetings, Leo. Welcome to your horoscope. All right, so, you know, Taurus time rules your 10th house. It's midheaven. It's all about work. It's about career. And the suggested careers for that midheaven are gardening, cooking, playing music, doing art. I mean, it's like my favorite things. Why not? And with Uranus and Mercury there could be some extra inspiration with the new moon in there. You're going to do better at your career. There's this new start. There's this new glimmer of hope. And you know, long-distance relationships are somewhat favored with Venus in the 9th house. And, you know, you do have to work on some health issues. You can't neglect that. And you're having fun with your children. Somehow, some event's coming up that's giving you fun with kids. All right. Well, greetings, Virgo. And welcome to your horoscope. So, all right. So what's going on with you? Well. You're trying to perfect things. You're trying to take things to a place where you have a greater understanding, an ability to give. And this is like a good, lucky time for Virgo. Virgo rising, even Virgo moon. I'd say you're going to do good this week. And this new moon really prompts a cycle of more abundance, a cycle of you helping others while others are helping you. And there's just sort of this gratitude practice that comes up, and you're just looking forward to it. And so that's beautiful. It's gonna make your world, and help is on the way. I mean, Venus is in the 8th house, and yeah, I know that's not the most comfortable place to be in unless you're with somebody to be comfortable with. But you know, once it gets into that 9th house, you'll have this broader vision, and you'll have this inner contentment that might attract somebody really high and quality to you. Wouldn't that be sweet? And meantime, you know, you're having fun. You know, you're looking at your challenges as things that are refining you and making you a better person. And you're realizing that happiness comes from within. It's such a cliche, but it's true. All right. So, greetings, Libra. Welcome to your horoscope. You know, and in this period of time, you know, Taurus rules your 8th house. So what is the 8th house? 8th house is about other people's property, death, sex, the occult, intuition, things that you don't necessarily have a handle on. And some things can be like a little bit sickly or depressing. But at the same time, if you ask other people for help, and you dig deeply into the underground, there's something that comes up that makes everything better. And so you don't have to really fuss or fight or trip on it. You're gonna do good. And so that is the focus for you this week. I'd say you'll be having more fun. It'd be better to travel like a Monday and Tuesday or Sunday night than this weekend. That's just my take on it. So. Well, hello, Scorpio, and welcome to your horoscope. So, the way I see this is your partnership sign, and this is where the moon is going to be in your 7th house. So this is kind of an uber romantic weekend for Scorpio. Not only the sun, but the moon. And Uranus and then Mercury moving into there on Monday. So you'll be able to sweet talk your way in and out of situations if necessary. And then, you probably have this great weekend, and then by Monday, Tuesday, you'll be like in that 8th house, Gemini moon, hungover, but like, okay, I got to get stuff done. And you'll be getting stuff done. So that's really sweet. It'll be good to see that. Let's see. Other things to consider is just maintaining friendships, helping siblings, and being open to wealth and trying to generate your wealth from ideas and from within, than rather looking from without. Yes, it is that law of attraction. Well, greetings, Sagittarius, and welcome to your horoscope. Jupiter helps a lot. Now, in Taurus time, like I told you last week, it's about taking care of your health. It's about doing the work. You've got Mars in the 7th house, so if people have something against you, they're going to be open with it, and they're going to tell you. So if you have conflict in relationships, just know it's going to pass. This is not forever. So that's the good news. This doesn't last forever, and try and focus on peacemaking and negotiating. And you want transformation. You want to be led by the Spirit in a good way. So just continue to stay grounded, even in stuff that's tough economically, and welcome in something that's really better. It's going to be working for you. And yeah, I think you're going to like it. You're going to like it. It'll be romantic for you on Monday and Tuesday. Okay. So, greetings, Capricorn. Welcome, 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 welcome to your horoscope. At this phase in the game, I would say share your insights. Don't be afraid of what you know. And realize that you have some abilities that you've gotten from your ancestors, at least. If you don't believe in past lives, if you do, you've got them from there too. And act on those. They're a resource to you. And I know you're looking for that right fit in a relationship, and that's okay. Just kind of take your time. Savor it. Smell the flowers. Be in the moment. You don't have to worry about all the distractions. Because when you're present, you become the gift. I know, it's another really bad cliche. It's, Venus in the 4th house, fixing up your home, making your inner space nicer. There's tons of creative energy. There's tons of heart-opening, loving energy there for you. This weekend looks great. The new moon's going to open up your heart. You're going to be open to new possibilities. You're going to be feeling better than you've felt in a long time. You have energy to exercise, to get your house in order, to help others, and to put things in a better perspective. And you've got some good karma coming your way too. So even though you've got the harder stuff of South Node and Pluto and Saturn, don't worry. Jupiter's got your back. All right. Well, greetings, Aquarius, and welcome to your horoscope. So what do we see here? Taurus time is about your heritage, where you began, the place of beginnings, your parents, your ancestors. That's where they put you there, is in that 4th house. Then Mars in the 5th, it's like, oh, you're excited for the race. You're excited for the game. You've got some kind of game going on. If you have male children, you'll be paying attention to them and seeing what they're up to. And you're also kind of working on health issues and your personal karma, and you've had to deal with some hard stuff. There's no question about it. But there's some reward coming. The reward is coming, and you have friends that like you and are happy to be with you. And, it's like we're all working right now on healing ourselves, our relationships, every type. And so a softening and a greater tenderness, it's going to help us. It's going to help us get through. Okay. All right. So, here we go. Pisces. Greetings, Pisces, and welcome to your horoscope. And Let's see. For you, what do we got? Well, you're always about having faith. You're always about moving forward. And I mean, this is the new start. So whatever happened bad, even if it happens bad Friday, by Saturday afternoon, you've got this total new start. And that new start is in the house of neighbors, friends, siblings, your locality, basic education, getting new information, filling your head with good thoughts. It's not a bad thing. Working with your hands, finding like what you like to do with your hands, besides necessarily a computer keyboard, putting out some poetry, writing a song, doing some artwork, some painting. These things will be a lot more rewarding. And it's kind of where you're feeling stuff. And I see some money coming in your life, maybe even this weekend, and it'd be really tempting to kind of blow it and spend it right away. But I'm thinking, just value it, savor it. And it'd be tempting to eat a bunch of sweet things and stuff too, and get yourself off your normal, healthier track. And so be good to yourself. And if your kids seem like little demons, just know that that's because the North Node's going through your fifth house, and that's just a normal occurrence during that transit. It's like what you got to do is stay grounded, ask for patience, work on that, and that's going to make things way better. You've also got Jupiter in your midheaven in the 10th house. That's helping, even if it is retrograde. And Pluto and Saturn, along with the South Node retrograde in your 11th house. It's all like we're moving towards an awareness of like we can't ignore our problems. We have to take practical steps on how to deal with them. If our ancestors didn't do that, we wouldn't be here. So we owe it to the future of the world to take appropriate steps and to strengthen our weakest links. That's period it. And that's really the message for this week. All in all, it's going to be a good time. Just a little recap. What's new? Mercury moves into Taurus on the 6th. That's also the first day of Ramadan. Now we've got Cinco de Mayo on Sunday. And then, of course, the new moon on Saturday at 3:46 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. Cosmic Kev with the Planetary Persuader. Share it. Subscribe it. Have another comment. Enjoy your spring. I'd love to hear from where you're at. Tell me what's good.